Hi and welcome to Bray Park State High School's RevFest 2021 behind the scenes video. My name is Mr. Robert Adamson. I'm the head of department for the arts and IT here at Bray Park State High School, and it is traditional that I take you on a tour of all the behind the scenes stuff that went into RevFest 2021. And this could be for people at this school or at other schools just wanting to know how we do all the technical stuff for RevFest here at Bray Park State High School. So we've got a lot of staff and students working behind the scenes, and I'd love to take you on a tour and feature them because of the work that they've done. Yet again is phenomenal. And right out of the back gate, I just want to acknowledge the amazing dedication of everybody in the tech crew and our technical staff and art staff, just putting in the hours on weekends and after schools to get everything ready and just looking great for this year's RevFest. So we'll start on the stage. So if we come up on stage, we might start here. Pretty standard RevFest stage. We've got our moving lights, keyboard setups and everything else that's there. Not a lot of change this year. The big change that went in this year is the addition of another camera, and that's on our side of stage over here. So we've got a couple, we've got Noah and we've got who's running cables back here, but we've mainly got Braidyn on the camera. So what we've got here is a Sony A6400 mounted on a DJI gimbal. A Ronin gimbal, which is really cool because he can come out on stage and get some really smooth shots, and we don't have all the mess of having dollies or jibs or other things out on stage. So Braidyn's able to move the camera nice and easily, and it can also keep it nice and steady, which is what we want for most of our shots. So that's been a great addition, and you might have noticed some of those shots feature in RevFest 2021. So that's our additional camera here. We did have our PTZ set up again, but we didn't particularly use that this year. We have our two cameras on stage, our two GoPros, just to get that crowd shot behind the drummer and also that shot from the keyboard down, as some people really like seeing piano players. I certainly do. Again, audio and lighting on stage is fairly similar to what we've done in past years. We've got three electric guitar amps. We've got our drum kit fully mic'd up with 7 mics there to get nice sound from it. We've got our bass amp over there with all direct XLR outputs. On stage, we've got our two movers. So that just provides a little bit of eye candy for some of our shots for the videos. We've got our crowd mics here as well, pointing back at the crowd so we can mix in a little bit of crowd in our Pro Tools recordings after the fact. So that's kind of the main stage stuff that we've got. We'll come backstage and we'll just again show you what's going on out the back. So come back this way. Again, we've got an amazing backstage crew who are here tidying up cables and getting ready to bump out of the show. But we've got Sean and Ben, we've got grade 9 Sean and grade 12 Ben, and we've got Mr. Robbins that have been just doing a bang up job with all of our batteries, all of our microphones, making sure the acts are out on time, making sure the compares know what they're doing, running off our run sheets and everything else. Obviously on this side we've got our changing rooms and everywhere that our performers get ready, so it's a really busy place during the show with people tripping over each other. Of course we've got our green room over here where the acts can watch what's going on and listen to the live audio so they can still participate in all of the going-ons. We're going to head back down this way and we're going to go and have a look at our recording setup. So this is located in our tech room where usually we have all of our technical gear, but for this year we've got Pro Tools running on a computer in there, and this is where staff member Patrick mixes down. Excuse the mess that we have in this room, it's always fantastic. So in here, we've got our Pro Tools set up ready to go, recording all of our tracks through Dante. We've had a few little gremlins in the system this year, so we've had a few days where some things have gone a little bit awry, but that's always to be expected with a production. So we've had to work through some of those misconfigurations and a few things going on with audio. So we want to try and make that better for next year, and it's always an area of improvement that we're going to be working on. Over here, we're using a different tally light system this year. We used to use kind of Unity intercom for the intercom as well as for the tally lights, but this is just a dedicated bit of software that we run on a Mac server. Again, we're running our Blackmagic 2ME Production Studio 4K, putting all of our cameras through there, through SDI. A lot of our cameras can't support 1080p 50, which is what we chose as our resolution for this year. So what they are running is through HDMI. It supports that resolution into a converter box to get it into this room. Again, we capture all of the RevFest through here with some backup audio. We have some media playing for holding slides and things like that. So all of the gear sits in this room. So it's nice, nice air-conditioned comfort, this room, and we can see all the stage and things like that. So we're going to go for a little bit of a walk, but I just, again, wanted to absolutely acknowledge all of the performers that came in on the weekend, as well as our tech crew. Pretty sure the call time for tech crew this year was 9 o'clock, and most people stayed until about 3 or 4 o'clock on Saturday before RevFest started. And then on Sunday, we were back here from 12 o'clock all the way through until about 5:30, 6 o'clock, doing all the sound checks, saving all those states. So we're going to go out and have a look at the amazing tech that's out this way. Obviously, we've gone through some of our cameras already, but you will see this from last year. We had our dolly cam, and the dolly cam is a nice little addition to create some crowd shots. These crowd shots and performer shots just add some interest, some movement to all the camera shots, and that's really good. So over here we've had Jack on that, battling, being right amongst the crowd and the sweat of everybody in there, but he's been doing all of the slider. But we've also had Josh over here helping out whenever Jack's on stage performing, as he was for Jazz Ensemble. So it's really great. We've got it set up there, nice smooth camera shots, which is fantastic. We'll go to the other side. Over here we've got Tal, and I always get Tal's name right, never get it wrong, never confuse her with her sister. But we've got here our jib, tried and tested jib that we've got here. And this really, we love the shots that come from the jib. Smooth, increase in height, we've got the pan and the tilt. Just a really lovely addition to all the footage that we've got there. And Tal is an experienced jib operator who gets some great shots from that. We're going to head up to the side of stage over here, a side of the audience, I should say. So we've got Josh here, who looks like he's just standing there without any camera. We wouldn't do that to poor Josh. Josh has been using the camera we're recording with today, getting some nice wide and in-depth shots of the main performers for each of them. So Josh has been there, and Josh has done a great job. We've got Braeden up here. Braidyn, again, has been doing the same thing with our cameras. And if you notice, all of our cameras are XA25s or XA35s, Canon, and we use them for capturing the footage. We capture it locally as well as sending it over the SDI cable into the switching software. And that brings me to Switching Central. Now, how many people do you need to switch? Well, we need 3. We've got our director, we've got Georgia, who's been calling all the shots. So Georgia's job is to know what's going on with each of the acts. We have some run sheets. We know exactly what's going on with each of them, and we try as best as we can to feature whoever's soloing or those types of things that are going on and what's going on for each of the acts, how many people are there. Obviously, we've got Div on switching, so he's mainly controlling all of the buttons. So we use a little stream deck there and just map it, just makes it nice and easy to get some of the shots for it. Elliana's been sitting in watching Div, because I'm sure Elliana will be doing switching in no time. So Elliana was probably sitting in awe and watching some of the complexity of the switches as we go. But yeah, Elliana was just shadowing in that particular role. We come over to the sound desk, and that's where, again, I live most of the time. Seth has been helping me out, just being a bit of a gopher and running around and making sure things are working okay here. But again, we're using our QL5 Dante network with all of our channels, saving all of the sound checks, so then we're just recalling them when we get to the RevFest day that a particular act is on. We keep going down. We've got Keira, who you'll recognize from past videos. Keira's been running our lighting for this year. She loves the RGB chase, which is featured on stage at the moment, but in control of all kind of our clarity system, getting all of the lights just looking fantastic. Now, we also have Charlie sitting in, watching and helping, and again, absorbing what goes on, so that we have continuity from whenever Keira moves on to a different phase of her life, exits school, then we'll have somebody else to take over. And so we're really wanting to make sure we build capability for everybody in the tech crew. So as you can see, we're bumping out pretty quickly. We do have sports awards. I have our events coordinator hot on our heels, ready to do another live stream event. So thank you again for watching. I know people do appreciate these videos. I certainly appreciate all the hard work of each and every one of our tech crew students here at Bray Park. It's great that they are able to control and do so much of what you see and hear on the YouTube videos, but also people that come live and watch RevFest when it happens each and every year. So once again, congratulations to all the students, all the hardworking staff who you can see in the background are already bumping out and getting rid of gear. They have worked tirelessly. We're all exhausted, and thank you for watching. We really appreciate everybody coming along and watching. Until next year, bye for now.